Welcome. I am GpaSilverMane. And, yeah, this video is all about prepping for Hero 7-1, Villain 7-1, and Nexus campaign, moving into Doom Wars, or Doom Chapters, rather, campaign. And anytime from the start of the game till level 70, you're going to want to, some point, start prepping. I'm going to discuss when the best ideal time is. Is it really a big rush? Do you need to start it right at level 70? Who you want to focus and why? And some alternate options. Before we dive into that, go ahead and down below there, hit that subscribe. What? We're headed for 1,000 subs. Also, thumbs it up if you find this helpful. If you're using it at all, thumbs it up. It's completely free to do either of those, as well as it will recommend this video to more people seeking this advice in the Marvel Strike Force community. Lets YouTube know to recommend it to more people. And they have this weird thing, if people don't like your video, they don't recommend it or something. No. Also comment if you have anything to add to it. If something I missed, something you have questions with, please absolutely comment. Join our Discord. We have a link in the description of the video below. We'd love to have you be a part of our community. With the holiday season and such, I'm doing the best I can managing my Discord, getting in there, answering questions, but there are a lot of people that are on there communicating even when I'm not available. We would love to have you be a part of our community. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Kind of what's brought this on is because I'm getting to that point on 2 of my accounts, as well as a lot of people that have started accounts and are following my beginner's guide and series, MSF 2.0 series. I will have it linked at the end in the videos and such. You can check that out if you haven't already. It will really get you off on the right foot for this series and what I'm talking about. But this is for any character or any account that's getting close to this level. So we're going to start on my 64 here. So you can't start into this till you are level 70. So that's probably another good 2 weeks out for me because I'm at 64. And you get roughly, I would say, about 1,000 to 1,500 experience a day, give or take. You get 1 point of experience for every energy you spend. 1 point of energy for every ISO 8 energy you spend. And I don't 50 core refresh the ISO 8s. As well as you get chunks of experience. I guess you might get over a couple grand, actually. Because you get chunks of experience from this as well. This is not showing experience. 200 XP just for donating to your alliance, 10k, and then it gives you 25k back. Plus you get all this stuff. So if you're not doing that, you know what I mean? That's where you get experience though. Okay, so what this is about is your accounts are coming up on it. You've been opening orbs, raid orbs, blitz orbs. You know, you've been farming Red Guardian and Baku. Well, Hero 7 is coming up. Now, I am there. I'm ready to go as soon as I hit level 70. It's going to throw me into this match. Only city characters allowed, okay? So what I want to show you here is, I actually want to jump on my account. This is a free-to-play account following the guide too, but it's actually a month ahead of this account. It's about 40 days ahead of this account, actually. So it could be over a month before we get to level 70, is what that's saying, essentially. But this guy's at level 70. And I want to show you, ooh, I hit the wrong thing. I'm clicking on this, okay. Boom, here we go. Let's go ahead and try it this way, I'm sorry. Hero 7-1, okay? As you can see, it was a cakewalk. Following my guide and investing in the characters I've recommended has got me to this situation. You don't even have to beat the second one if you don't choose to, okay? But the first one here, and this is Thor. This is just Catalyst, and this is Colossus. So if you want Uncanny X-Men, you will have to push to this point. And you will have to build up some Cosmics to do these 3 nodes, which I'm not going to do. That's something you'll personally have to do. Global. Cosmic shouldn't be too tough with Icarus and Cersei, though. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to blast through it. 1 star these, and then just 3 stars so you can auto that one. Anyway, only global. That's a ton of characters. Bear in mind, it's got to be heroes, though. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be rather cake for you to be able to do that. The team I used here, though, only city. No, I don't want to auto win it. Fight. Skip. And here's the team that I used. Shadowlands. Is that Shadowlands I see, bro? And this team cakewalked it, yo. Cakewalk, okay? Now, I have a significant investment in my Shadowlands, as well as I got Shang-Chi here. But my Shadowlands are quite beefy. He's G13 going for DD2, and I would recommend that to anybody because of his AoEs and his hitting multiple targets, running him as a raider, putting out vulnerables for the other 4 characters to utilize, as well as all the negative debuffs he's going to put on every single enemy. Slows, defense downs, blinds, all sorts of great stuff. And you're just going to nuke them with Cersei and Icarus in DD2 and blow through it, okay? That's my goal, my plan, and my hope. I am going to make a video covering that. But this is who I used. Obviously, you can use these other characters as well, as I'm sure. But 5 characters you need to bring up. So obviously, Miles and Spider-Man will be 2 ideal characters if you're going for the Web Warriors. Which I really hope you are if you're not a later game player. Because they are going to be the raid, be-all, get-all, I think. They're here for a while. So my next step that I got to prepare for is Villain 7-1. And what this is really going to do is it's going to kind of tell you which characters you need to start actually taking past 30,000. Which characters you need to start building up to G12, G13. Okay? That's what this video is going to cover and get you set up to do. So we need Hydra, Sinister Six, or AIM. Okay? My guide does not set us up for AIM at all. He gives us a few of the Sinister Six, which we need to level anyway to unlock Shuri. And it gives us some of the Hydra. The main one is Zemo from the Raid Orb. And you will unlock him naturally. I'm at 83 out of 100 shards on my level 64. So he will hit 100 shards from opening Raid Orbs before I get to level 70, ideally. Now, if your account takes a different path and gets there at a different time, you don't have to start this right at level 70, okay? As you can see, I'm level 70 and I haven't beat it yet. But the team I'm going to use, for the most part, this looks really good, but he won't be in there. Because I don't farm him. I've just gotten him unlocked. Electro is one that I am going to build up. Mysterio, I'm going to build up. Rhino, I'm going to build up. He's from the Raid Orb, Blitz Orb. And they're 3 out of the 5 characters I need to unlock my Shuri. Okay? I do have to get 2 other characters to unlock Shuri. But I can use my Spider-Man and my Miles with these 3, which both come from Blitz Orbs, to unlock my Shuri. Okay? But for this instance, we need Sinister Six or Hydra. Zemo can probably do this by himself, you know, at G13, G14. Yes, that's a lot of gear and that's a big investment, but you're going to use him a lot in the Doom campaign. I believe a lot. A lot being like 3 to 6 nodes. You will use him again. Again, it will call for Hydra or Black Order, I think. It's a 2 option it gives you on 3 nodes. So you're going to want to take Hydra. Black Order is a really late game farm. They're expensive, but they are a very great team as well. And you can't use Thanos with the Black Order tag because he doesn't have a Black Order tag. So you can only use 4 of them, and the 4 of them are going to struggle without Thanos. Okay, so Hydra, Zemo is the one you're going to want to invest hard into. I would take all 5 of these characters to 30,000 and feel comfortable. You know why? Because he's going to unlock Omega Red. You're going to need to have some investment into him, or Omega Red's going to chop this dude in half. Okay. Now he might die. You can invest into your Fury and your 3 Secret Avengers and unlock Omega Red. You don't have to 3-star those events, I guess. So maybe you don't have to take him up. The main thing is that you beat Villain 7-1. Do you want to 3-star it? That's something else. But you just need to beat it. So ideally, you want to focus everything you can into Zemo and get him beefed up. I'm talking 50, 60k. And he should be able to play through it. Now, if he's still struggling, any of these 5 characters I would be happy to invest into, especially these other ones, because I want to build a Doc Ock Sinister Six team eventually, right? So why not take them to 30k plus? Eventually, you're gonna have them at 100k each, you know, if you can spare the resources. Bear in mind, you got bio, and your Web Warriors. Guess what they are? Bio. So that's kind of rough, but you got to do what you got to do, and you got to get through Villain 7-1. So I have a 51k team here. I guess we can play it and see what happens, but I don't think it's going to go good. I think we're going to get one shot a lot. Let's go ahead and try it here to show off and explain what I'm doing. And to show you. Eventually, Zemo will go so hard and so fast. See how these are all minions? Zemo, he does this thing before he even takes a turn that just blows minions up, okay? So, here he goes. Watch. Boom. And the stronger he is, see how much stronger that attack will be? He's only at like 30k. So if he's at 50, 60k, those 3 are dead right now. Okay? Let's see if we can actually get through this. That'd be cool, huh? And you got to start on her because she's going to pull taunt. His ultimate should finish her. Oh, see? A little investment in him, she'd have been dead. I don't think you're going to have to take the team too crazy, I guess, looking at this, actually. This is kind of cool. Bear in mind there's 0 investment in my Sin 6 at this moment. That's why they all just fell over. So even taking them to 10, 15k for some sustainability would be good. So yeah, you'll have to build up the team a little bit, but it doesn't look that difficult at all. If I just had some of them Sin 6 build up to 10 or 15,000, 30,000, it would cakewalk, okay? This is something you need to start prepping for, though. At level 64, I've started leveling. I'll show you here on my account. Let me actually jump over. All right, so here's this, and I've started doing this already. Any character that's used for a flash event, Nexus, and or Heroes and Villains 7-1, I've started investing in. And what I mean is, down here, as you can see, I take them to 36. I don't know why he's not at 36, but 36, 36, he's over. 36 or 25, and I usually start at 25, so I have built these guys a little bit. Now, the next thing I would do, I take them to 25, I upgrade their gear to this point, and I invest the green ability materials. Next thing I would do is I'm going to take them up to 36, hit apply. It's 114,000. And I try to do this with at least one, if not two characters a day, just so I'm ready when I get to the point, I can just go in and do it and move past it, move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's no rush in getting into Doom chapters. That's in-game content for later on. And then I go in and I would invest. And this is going to bring his power up substantially. We've already doubled. And it's all about getting to that next level lock for the skills. That's why I take them to 25, 36, 46, 54, or something like that, 52 maybe. And that's all you do is you keep hitting those things so you can upgrade their skills. And that's what makes this number go up. Again, you need to monitor your account and be aware of picking and choosing with bio characters being so heavily influential right now with the web warriors and such. But this is important if you want to move further into the game. This is something to start thinking about, rather. You know you're farming, your base setup, your main thing. Now you got to branch off and pick teams you want to build for, let's say, eventually using in Doom raids, or teams you want to eventually use for wars, characters you truly love. Well, this is the next stage in content, which is Hero 7-1, Villain 7-1, Nexus, the whole campaign, Chapter 8. You have to clear, okay? And we're going to cover that here in a second. But as you can see, it took him to 7401. He's more substantial. Now, tomorrow, I'd come down here, and I would take another character. Well, she's skeletal. He's used for Fury. He's used for Omega Red. I could take him to 25 or 36 tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Or Wasp, I could, because eventually I'm going to need her to unlock Jubilee. So eventually I'm going to have to invest somebody. But I try to do that with one character every day to prepare for the future. Otherwise, when I get to this level 70 and I have to beat Villain 7-1, I have to wait while I invest in characters. And if you're only spending $1 million gold a day, I'm telling you what, to bring up 4 or 5 characters to 30,000 power, you're going to be spending like 4 or 5 million a day, okay? So that's something, if you do it over time, it can all mesh and just, it's like a smooth, flowing, subtle river. If you wait till the end and you have to level up all these crazy guys and you're spending over $1 million gold and your account's in anarchy and it's the raging, White River Rapids and stuff, man, you don't want that, right? So this is just ways to prep for it, right? Okay, so like I was saying, the next step is, and I'm going to jump onto my main account here to show this off. Nexus. So you're going to go in, oops, wrong thing here. You're going to beat Villain 7-1, okay? And let's look at their power. This team is a cakewalk. If you can beat this team in the new Avengers Tower, you can beat it in Villains. I guess you're using Cersei and Nexus and their heroes. So you need some strong villains about that power level, which is Zemo, 50 to 60k Zemo will solo 7-1 villains, okay? Should. I mean, I can't see how he wouldn't. He almost did it at 30k. And it's just all about killing her so she quits taunting, and then you can just chew through the rest, okay? But that actually unlocks Nexus. Now you're saying, what about the rest of the nodes? That's something you got to deal with and plan for on your own. I can't give you everything. No, that's something you can choose to finish out Villains, the rest of that chapter, and the rest of Heroes chapter. If those are teams or characters you're going after, I would put that towards the top of your priority list. So maybe focus the characters to get to the end of those campaigns. For me, they're nowhere near my account for at least a year probably. Uncanny X-Men is just not an option for me because there's just so many teams. And in Marvel Strike Force 2.0, you can't have every team. So you got to pick and choose what you want personally. So we're moving into Nexus here. And you're going to be able to use anybody you want for the first 3 nodes. So any characters you want, and you're just going to annihilate it with Cersei and Icarus probably. Maybe that Zemo you just built, right? Now you're looking at Kree, Guardian, and Asgardian. Most people are going to rely on their Gamora. She is a Guardian, and she will be able to shred this by herself. So she would be recommendable, just like Zemo, to take up to 50, 60k. You might want to take her a little bit higher, actually, looking at this. Maybe 80k. 80k Gamora might be able to do it by herself. Maybe. But my personal preference on who I'm going to use is going to be probably Kree and Asgardians. So, let me look here on my main free-to-play. Bear with me here. I'm trying to explain this. I'm doing the best I can, I promise. But let's pull this up here. Asgardians. I have Thor unlocked, so I could invest in a Thor, use him with some sort of combination of Kree, and just destroy it. Ideally, if I get Hela unlocked before I'm level 70, even at 2 stars, I would take Hela as high as I could, just like Zemo. And Hela will get me through it. Hela's an amazing, amazing character. And I know a lot of people out there are using Loki in their arena metas with Cersei and Icarus, just at a level 1 Loki for that speed boost or whatever. Maybe not at level 1, but you know what I'm saying. A lower level, he's worth investing into as well, personally. Maybe not completely high, but that's a character you could use. So let's say Hela, Loki, and Thor is who you want to use. Or you built the whole Asgardian team. You could use that for that section in Nexus. I'm not going to. If I get a Hela, I'm going to use a Hela. Otherwise, I don't think I'll use Loki or Thor. Thor's only if I have to. He's a more of a collector's piece for me. I love Thor, and I will collect him, but in this game, he's not what I want him to be, essentially. So I'm going to need to build the Kree anyway. Not this dude, but the Kree minions, these 4 and this dude, to unlock Fury. And you're going to have to have some kind of power into them. Let's say 30k each to be able to finish off the Fury unlock, right? I imagine it's probably not that difficult at 7 star. But 30k on each of these minions should do it. Well, as a team and a unit, I hope they can get through that Nexus, but might have to take them even a little bit higher. Let's say 50, 60k each. Or I could even take a Captain Marvel, a Minerva, a Phyla-Vell. Those are the other options. Depending on your account and what you want to do. I mean, she is a meta Doom Raid character. She's a meta Dark Dimension character. Or was. I guess you don't really need her now with Cersei and Icarus. They just blow stuff up and live forever. She used to steal 20% health and be essential to get through Dark Dimension. Plus, she's a War Store character. She's really, really hard to get. Since these characters are already in my guide and I'm going to get them a 7 star, I'm probably going to have to start investing in them. I don't want to take them any higher than I have to. I don't even want to farm them, but I have to. This dude is driving me nuts. I finally got him with 3 stars. He sucks. He's the hardest farm in this game for me. And this dude, look at this dude. He's at 2 stars and 1 shard. That's 46 shards in 60 days. 61 days now. That is not even... Is that a shard? That's not even a shard a day. That's how bad it is. And I give this guy... I open Blitz orbs all the time. I don't focus farm him. So I guess it's not terrible. Because I'm getting this guy from the raid orbs. And he's almost a 3 stars. So it just goes to show, you know what I mean? RNG will really heavily favor in this game. Her at 3 stars, I guess I could grab some red stars maybe, or I could just take her up to G13 and she could probably blast through it, I would hope. Or at least help, you know. It's something you got to decide. Kree, let's go and look at Guardians real quick, I guess. Because they are an option. And maybe they'll get a rework or something. I love Rocket and Groot and Drax, all the... Mantis, she kind of creeps me out, but she's cool in the show. Gamora, I like in the movie, but not so much in this game. And that's because she sucked for so long. Like, you literally had to do her basic attack because her special did no damage until she got a rework. Now she's just insane. So I have a lot of animosity towards Gamora and Nebula for that fact. I guess Star-Lord would be an option too if you have him unlocked. Investing into him and using him. But Gamora would probably be the ideal one. If you have the whole team built, I'm sure you could use the whole team at a 300k power level. They'd get you through it, I'm sure. So that is an option. These are some of the characters you need to think about for your next move into the game. Because currently, at level 70, you got 2 things to do. You can push into Nexus and beat it, and you can move on to Doom War chapters, which means you got to complete Nexus Chapter 8. Okay? So after you've beat Nexus Chapter 8 here, boom, boom, boom. So Kree, Guardian, Asgardian, whatever you've chosen to do, Shield, Brotherhood, and X-Men. Shield is, well, you know who Shield is, you know who the Brotherhood is, and you know who the X-Men are. You're getting Toad from Blitz. You're going to have tons of X-Men with my guide. I will talk about that here in a minute. But do you want to go into Doom War? Or do you want to go over and start focusing on Dark Dimension? This actually unlocks at 65, but you can't even start it. I guess if you bought characters up to 6-star, you could start DD1. But you have to be level 70 to G13 a character, which is what DD2 is. So Dark Dimension actually starts at level 70. So at level 70, you could go into this and not even focus on Nexus campaign right now. Go in here, beat Dark Dimension 2 with your 5 characters. Your Icarus, Circe, Moon Knight. I'm going to take Kestrel and Fury is my 5. Now, if I didn't have a Kestrel, I'd take Cap Sam. If I didn't have the Cap Sam, I'd find a 5th, needless to say. And that could be Night Nurse, honestly. Night Nurse with T4s can keep your team alive while they destroy stuff. Circe and Icarus should blow through it for you, okay? Quite honestly. And with Nick Fury giving him defense up and speed up to Kestrel, you're just going to nuke everything. It's totally what I'm seeing happen in my mind. And we're going to find out if that happens on my level 70 account. But this is the next thing to focus on. So you blow through DD2 in a day or two. Then you go through it again for another day. And you got those 2 allotments of gear, plus you now have a 7-star Ultron. Okay? Huge game-changing stuff, right? So now, all you're waiting on is having 6-star characters. Why farm Moon Knight daily? So I'm going to get him to 6-star. Kestrel, you can't get to a 6-star. You're pretty much trapped with that. You're going to have to switch over to... You're going to have to take Ultron up to G13, essentially, to use him in DD1. Would be my recommendation. You're not going to have a 6-star Icarus or Circe. You're really going to have to rethink Dark Dimension 1, needless to say. But at that point, while you're waiting for stars for DD1, I would come over and focus on getting into Doom War campaigns, okay? And while you're progressing the teams to do this, which I'll make a guide on, every character I got in my beginner's farming guide will set you up to complete every chapter of Doom War. That's why my guide is the way it is. And people haven't experienced it all the way through. Is it ideal to use Kree for Nexus? No. Is it an option? Yes, and there's a reason it's an option. It's helping us out. We're farming them anyway for Fury. Get them up to 300, 400k, throw them on war defense. Or use them as a war offense. A 300, 400k Kree team is still going to beat somebody's Guardians at 250 or 300,000. They're going to punch down. You get what I'm saying? So, those are things to think about. But then you go and do Doom War until you get 6-star characters and you do DD1. And by then you're going to have enough 5 global, 5 cosmic, 5 city characters to push into DD3. And that's how it's going to unfold. So, thanks for watching to the end. Much love. I hope this helps on who to invest into. Let me touch on this real quick. Sorry. I was going to wrap it up right there and call it good. But as for the end of Nexus, I want to show the end of Nexus. Because it is part of it. It's important. We need X-Men, Brotherhood, and Shield. So X-Men and Shield. Fury, obviously, is going to be one of those. And by himself, he'll probably be able to do those 3 nodes. Once you've built him enough. You know what I'm saying? But X-Men, you can already think of some X-Men coming to mind, right? Like the Bishop I asked you to farm in War Store, or I recommended you to farm. How about the Axeman? How about the free 7-star Wolverine you get? You think he could get through that Nexus 7-7 or 7-9? I think he could. Or 8-7 to 8-9 rather. I think he could. How about if you're an Uncanny fan and you're going to build Magic High? You think she could get through it? Your Doom Raid team right here, these 3, and your Bishop when you get him. And barring you don't have Jubilee by then, even if you do, I would use her. There's nothing forcing you to push further into the campaign. Okay, that's at your leisure. I don't imagine you're going to have her, though, before you get to Doom Chapter 2.6 for Yellow Jacket. Or 2.9 for Yellow Jacket, rather. So that's something to bear in mind as well. But I think Bishop and these 3 are going to clear it by themselves. Any compilation, needless to say. You invest into them big enough, they're going to clear the rest of Nexus. Shield, Kestrel's probably going to do it by herself. She is a Shield character. So if you have a Kestrel at 2 stars, 3 stars, and you maxed her like anybody should. Oh my goodness, where is she? Here's Fury. She doesn't clarify as Shield. Wow. Stick your foot in your mouth, Ken. Hero, Cosmic Tech, Skill, Blaster. No shield tag? She has mass synergies with Fury. How is she not shield? Shield sent her into the future. And she just returned. Their storyline and their tags are not matching up here. I mean, that is her story. She's back from the future, sent by shield. You see the shield emblem on her shoulder? She is shield, bro. Where is the shield tag? All right. That's all I got for you guys. Much love. Stay healthy. Happy New Year's Eve and Happy New Year's. We'll see you next year. Get it?